Okay, it's time we talk about Bruno. Project 2025 is bad, but Stephen Miller is worse. Stephen Miller, for those of you who don't know, is something out of the Darth Vader school of existence. He worked in the Trump administration as an advisor and has said, and folks have said, he's guaranteed a place in any new Trump administration. Stephen Miller will have more impact to negatively influence America than all of Project 2025. So let's talk about Bruno, aka Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller currently runs something called American First Legal. And what American First Legal has been doing over the last 4 years is going around suing to get Black and other people of color, as well as women, out of their jobs. So they claim they're doing it to fight discrimination against white men. But let's talk about a couple of things they have sued on. First of all, they filed a complaint with the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, against NASCAR, saying that NASCAR was discriminating against white men because they have a program to bring more people of color into pit crew. Let me tell you how many people of color, Black people, are in pit crew. I think it's five, a couple of years ago, 4 or 5, out of 60 plus or more people. So it may even be more than that. I mean, the number is ridiculous. It's like less than 2% of people of color, and I think a few of those are Black. So what I hear America Legal First saying is all jobs should be white jobs. Back to white jobs. All jobs should be white jobs. He's also sued Northwestern Pritzker School of Law, saying that they're discriminating against white men hiring unqualified people of color. Now, first of all, there is no indication that people of color they hired are unqualified. His assumption is all white people are more qualified than all Black people or all other people of color. That's really his basic assumption. And let me tell you these numbers, because I do have these numbers. Northwestern Law School has 17% of its staff are people of color, and of that, a much smaller percentage are Black people. Only 8% of the people of color are tenured track out of the entire law school faculty. So what Stephen Miller and people like him are saying is that all jobs of consequence should be white jobs, that all Black and people of color are unqualified, not as qualified as white people. And Stephen Miller has promised, when Trump is restored, to take the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and turn it into a Whites' Rights Commission. This would basically put us back at the end of Reconstruction. For those of you who don't know, there was a period of time after slavery called Reconstruction where Black people were thriving, they were getting ahead, they were in Congress, they had jobs, they live in integrated communities, and then Jim Crow came about. So what Stephen Miller is saying is that if Trump gets back in office, and he will have a place in that administration, he is going to turn the EEOC into a whites' right institution. There are so many Black and other people of color who will find themselves removed from their jobs, unable to file complaints. People will be able to say any kind of thing they want to you at work under their supposed freedom of speech. This is not to say we don't have freedom of speech. It's to say that in the workplace, you cannot say derogatory things. You cannot fire women for being pregnant. You cannot harass and make fun of people. If he gets a hold of the EEOC, those protections go away. We need to talk about Bruno. We need to talk about Stephen Miller. He is even more dangerous than Project 2025.